Hey y'all, real quick, I just wanted to come on and encourage you. Listen. I want to remind you of something because some of you have forgot the fact that the enemy was already defeated. He was already defeated like 2,000 years ago, like a long time ago. And many of us are fighting against an enemy that was already defeated. So why are we worried about what the enemy's going to do if he's already defeated? Yeah. So I wanted to come on and remind you of that. See, this is the thing. The enemy banks on the fact that sometimes we get so caught up in what's happening around us that we forget that we already have the victory, even though there is a storm brewing around us. And we oftentimes don't really give God all of the glory that is due to him in the midst of us going through the storm, because our focus is on the thing that's happening instead of focusing on what we know God is able and capable of doing in our life. And so the enemy banks on that. See, he banks on the fact that some of us in the midst of our storms have forgotten that God already had won the victory for us over 2,000 years ago, more than 2,000 years ago. Okay. And see, he banks on that. So then what he does is he sends his little imps and his little, his little people that work for him after you to try to distract you off of the path of faith, off of the path of staying on focus on God and focus on what God told you he's going to do. But I came to remind you, focus on what God told you he's going to do. Let your faith even dig in deeper when the enemy starts throwing those attacks at you, because this is the thing, he's already defeated. So why are we stressed about what the enemy is doing? He's already defeated. We already won. Keep pressing forward and doing exactly what God told you to do. And if you lost track of the assignment that God put you on, ask God to remind you what the assignment was he put you on, what the instructions were that he gave you, and what are the next steps that he wants you to do and take. See, the distraction comes, the storms come, the trials come, the tribulation come to try to throw us off track of staying on track with keeping our faith and trusting God to get to the next level that he's taking us to get to the next dimension that God is taking us to become our greatest and highest self, right? So as I remind you, I remind myself, okay? Go back to God. If you forgot what God told you to do, or you forgot who you are, because some of us have allowed the circumstances surrounding us to overtake us to the point where we forgot who we are in God. And it's time for us to get back to who we are in God. Get back to our faith. Get back to trusting God. Get back to having the faith that is beyond all understanding, right? So we can have peace that surpasses all understanding. Because when you have your faith is right in order, then you have peace even in the midst of the eye of the storm, because you already know that it's going to be worked out, because all things are working together for your good. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Okay, yeah. So don't let those the things that the enemy is doing distract you and take you off course of still believing God and trusting God and walking toward and doing the actions towards the things that God has promised belong to you, that are going to take you to the next dimension in God. Okay. All right, I love y'all. Y'all know I love you. Now you go out and make it a great day on purpose, and don't you go mess up nobody else's day. But it's time for you to step into the greater self of who you are, and don't let the distractions the enemy tries to throw at you throw you off track, because he's already defeated, and he's banking on you not remembering that, and you focusing on the obstacle and the problem versus focusing on your faith in God. Yeah. Now I love y'all. Y'all know I love you. Now you go out and make it a great day on purpose. Don't you go mess up nobody else's day, okay? But I just wanted to remind you real quick. Hey, we already won. We got the victory. Why are you stressing over this obstacle the enemy is throwing at you out of nowhere? What it seems like nowhere, but he's trying to distract you. Don't give in to the distraction, and don't give in to the enemy's tactics, okay? Because he already lost. He knows he already lost, and he's mad about it. That's why he's trying to throw you off track, to slow you down. But we're not going to allow that. We're going to keep moving forward. You hear me? All right, I love y'all. Y'all know I love you. Now you go out and make it a great day on purpose. Don't you go mess up nobody else's day, okay? All right, love y'all. Bye.